direction to go because both the 5 and the 9 have come to life, Marty.
How about Denny Hamlin? He was right behind Chase Elliott. Restarted 16th. He's up to 6th. So Hamlin knows, I don't want to be in traffic anymore. He's had to do it 3 times today. Hamlin making similar moves to Chase Elliott.
It's Kyle Busch out front at Nashville. Now Kyle Busch has led 27 laps. Choosing T-Mobile is like paying for this, but getting that and so much more. More 5G bars in more places. More savings so your family saves 20% versus the other guys. And now, for a limited time, there are even more ways to save at T-Mobile. Get up to $1,000 when you switch your whole family on our 10 to Max plan.
Dad, when is the future?
Oh wow. The future is, what's ahead of us?
I don't get it.
Yeah. Maybe this will help. So now, we're in the present. And now, we're in the future.
The all-electric Chevy Bolt EUV with available Super Cruise for hands-free driving.
Dad,
Yeah.
do fish get thirsty?
Find new answers. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
It's still the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway, and now they're refreshing their classics.
Hold up. You're gonna talk about classics? You should get a classic.
Classic refresh.
Because the classic sweet onion sauce you love is getting refreshed with the new sweet onion steak teriyaki. So how are we gonna refresh the Tom Brady in?
I got an idea. You take the tagline, buddy.
You got a refresh too? Line?
It's on the teleprompter.
You had one job.
Subway keep refreshing and refreshing and refreshing.
I ended up losing my job because of COVID. My biggest stress, I think, was not knowing how I was going to be able to afford my medication. I went to the pharmacist and I asked her if there was anything that she could help me with, and she's like, I already got it. Don't worry about it. Here's GoRx. It was a huge chunk of change, like a good 75% that I ended up saving. I was like jumping up and down. I just couldn't be more grateful.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Mark's been running really hot at the racetrack. Battling with a loose race car, but as this track starts to rubber back up after the rain delay, that track balance should come to that 19 car. Things are getting a little bit better. There's another 4 car, see what Harvick's dealing with.
About half a car with the car was wider than you want to do. I'll rectify you that. I just let you know.
And that's something Kevin Harvick has been fighting all this race. And you see Chase Elliott get to the outside of him. Is that right rear just getting abused too much on the long run, not able to run the high line? You think what Rodney Childers and Kevin Harvick pulled off in this race, going outside the top 10 times and working on it, getting up to second place. And when he got that clean air, he ran his fastest lap of the race just a couple laps ago. But that's how quick they can change with a 4. It's gotten too loose to run the top side right now as he falls back, guys.
So when you're too loose, especially when you're running the top, Junior, it's so hard to carry the speed because you need to be in the throttle so quickly running that outside lane. And when you're too loose and you go to the throttle, the back just doesn't hook up. And now you lose all that momentum on the corner exit. So you're better off, even though you see Truex under the top. He's fast. Harvick can't do it. So you have to put your car where it's the best. No matter what the people around you are doing, in this situation, you just got to go wherever your car drives the best to make lap time.
I think that's what impresses me about the 9 of Chase Elliott, Jeff, is I think he can make lap time both the top and the bottom. As we see the 11 of Denny Hamlin pass Ross Chastain.
Denny Hamlin had to do all this work in that track position pushing back after a bad pit stop. So frustrating. He has a car that can win this race, but you cannot keep coming down pit road losing spots.
Canada continues to fight back as he's in fifth. Harvick dropping back. He's back to fourth now. Kyle Busch trying to join the 2-win club. Only a few other drivers have done it this year. Now Martin Truex Jr. has the 9 of Chase Elliott that is trying to take that spot away from him.
I know that Kyle Busch is leading this race by a very comfortable margin, but I'm most impressed probably by Chase Elliott and the pace this car has versus where they were at the first half of this race. Hung around the backside of the top 10 most of the day, but now has really top 3 speed. We're going to drop back here though, just right at the edge of the top 10. Bubba Wallace has worked his way all the way back up to 11th. He was a lap down when we had the last caution, or a few cautions ago. He was able to get the free pass. Fast race car. He was fastest in practice yesterday. Didn't qualify well, but he's had a really quick car, as has all the Toyotas. He's moving back forward. Eric Almirola as well has been through the back of this field. I remember last year when we came to this racetrack, SHR wasn't having that great of a season. This was where one of these races, this was the race last year where they had a great run. Eric had a great run in Harvick too. No surprise to see Almirola running well tonight.
You see on the bottom of the pylon, that final pit stop window is open. I don't believe we're going to see anybody peel off and pit under green. But if you see a yellow, it's going to be busy, because from this point to the finish, a full tank of fuel would get you there, Martin.
Let's give credit to Drew Blickensdorfer and Eric Almirola. They were not good at the start of this race. In fact, on the first stop, stayed extra long to make some drastic changes to the 10 car. Well, it worked, even the top 10, but maybe about to lose that to Bubba Wallace. Nice call out, Junior. They have come from the back. Now, remember what happened early on. They couldn't get the lug nut on the left rear for Bubba Wallace. He went down a lap in the process, got very upset with his crew. I think the rain delay, Steve, really helped Bubba Wallace. Sometimes he has a tough time kind of letting things go, but that rain delay allowed him to kind of refocus, get back in the race car. Knew he had a quick car, and he's driven it back up through the field now into the top 10.
Yeah, now he's right back to where he wants to be, inside the top 10. I think Bubba knows, he sees those Toyotas leading laps, as we see almost a contact between the 45 and 10. Bubba's passionate. He believes he belongs up there. He knows his car is good enough, so when the execution does trip him up, he's passionate.
You got the 2311 cars here running nose to tail. And remember, earlier in the race, Bubba Wallace got hit in the back. He stopped on the access road, got ran into from behind. So it's been a frustrating race for Bubba Wallace, even though such an incredible car in practice on Friday. He knows he has the speed that he can contend for a win here in Nashville. Just needs the track position.
We see that contact with a 45 car in the 10. He's trying to side draft. And we heard the drivers talk about this car early in the season. It only had about 30% of the side draft the old car had. But if it's even just a little bit, they're going to try to get there. And the closer you can get to that car, the more excessive it is. So sometimes you'll see that contact.
So Kyle Busch right here has led 43 laps.